Hello, everyone. This is MMA Interesting Prospects podcast. Today, our guest is welterweight prospect Maurice Abévi. Hello, Maurice. How are you?
I'm good, man. Thanks for having me.
Thank you
How
for
are
taking.
you?
Thank you for taking the invitation, and of course, I'm good. But I'm really interested in your career because you are one of the most exciting fighters to watch in one right now. And actually, you had a fight in June scheduled, but in the end, the fight didn't happen against really good opponent too. So, if you can tell me what happened with that fight.
Yeah, so I was scheduled to fight Ali Begarazulov. I was super excited about that fight, man. I'm still excited about the fight because I think the fight could still happen. Um, but halfway through the camp, I suffered a knee injury, and then I kept training. I was like, I can still do it and stuff. So then I kept training. I felt good, and then it got better. But then towards the end of the camp, I started sparring again and everything, and rolling and wrestling hard and stuff. And then there has been multiple incidents where my knee just gave out, and I just couldn't couldn't keep going. And then I was like, it's not possible, it's not possible. If I'm not gonna. I cannot fight with this knee. And then I was like, man, I had to cancel the fight, man. Kind of broke my heart, but but at the same time, yeah, I don't want to be stupid, I don't want to be stupid. This opponent is really good, and I think I can really showcase an amazing fight with this guy, but not in this circumstance. So yeah, it's just about being patient and not being stupid.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
think that with this kind of opponent, so probably like a fighter on the UFC level, you have to be 100% because in the end of the day, it can be like a matter of inches of really small things. So in the end, you have to
Yeah.
be like in the peak shape.
Yeah, man.
And right now, do you have do you know when you will fight next?
No, so I just had surgery like 3 weeks ago, and now I'm just recovering for the next 5 months, and I will be out until then, and then it's probably gonna be maybe start to mid next year because I don't want to rush this process because it's like so many people got re-injured being impatient, and I'm not gonna be one of these people. I got re-injured before, and I learned through this experience. So yeah, I'm just more experienced now, and I know it's just takes time, and I use this time to progress in other parts of fighting, and just leveling up my mind, leveling up my game in different areas, and my body as well. I have a couple other injuries as well, so it's like a good moment for me right now to just recover and focus on other parts of my development, and then I'll be fighting next year. Yeah. Sorry to tell you guys.
So in this time, do you also will you go to the gym to watch like your sparring training partners train just to like maybe pick some things like from the other perspective?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. I will definitely be on the mats, and I will definitely will start drill soon. I can still drill on my back. I have a guard now, so that's why I'm super excited about that. And I wanted to showcase my guard in the next fight, but yeah, that's not that. Hopefully, that's not going to be the case. But if I end up on my back, I can showcase some new stuff. So that's exciting, and yeah, bro, it's like like it's the martial arts way, right? You just stay on the mats and you try to pick up stuff. Right now, I'm still in Switzerland. I train in Phuket, but I went back to Switzerland where I come from to do my surgery and to get the physical treatment. But I will be back in Phuket for in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to be back with my coaches again and my physio, my team, and then we're gonna keep progressing. I'm still progressing here. I'm still training here. I go to train with my old gym here in Zurich as well, or I watch some sessions. I lift a lot, and I'm still busy. I'm super busy. Um, but just not in camp.
And what do you think overall about MMA in Switzerland? Because I think that in last few years there came from the country a few really good talented fighters who are like in the UFC or like very close to be signed to the UFC.
Yeah, definitely. I think there's definitely a lot of potential in Switzerland, or there's a lot of good fighters in Switzerland from Switzerland. There's like one guy is fighting soon, Hussein Khadimagomaev. He's really good. I would like to see him in the UFC soon. There's Daniel Conrad. He's in Cage Warriors right now. He's a good fighter. A lot of heart, bro. A lot of good shows that he brings. Obviously, Robert Valentine is there, me, and I feel like yeah, the new generation is coming, and it's just a matter of time till we can establish ourselves in the scene.
And about you going to Thailand, when was that the first time or the first training camp that you did in Thailand?
So when I got signed to one championship, that was the point when I went to Thailand. Not because one is in Asia or something, just because of the opportunities that are in Thailand. Thailand or Phuket to be specific, is unique in terms of the price of living, in terms of the scene that is present in Phuket. People from around the world come to train there, to progress, to become better fighters, and meet each other. And that's why I said I want to go to Phuket. And my first camp was for one fight night 9 against Halil Amir. I lost that fight just because well, there was a lot of reasons, but yeah, that was the first time I was in Phuket, my first camp in Phuket.
And actually, there are like two countries where probably it's great to go to train. It's obviously like US and Thailand, but of course the like cost of living in US it's much like
Much higher
yes,
in
that's right. So the Thailand is probably great mix because you can meet people from all over the world and of course like the coaches, the gyms which are there. It's kind of crazy what happened in this country in last few years.
Yeah, definitely. It's amazing. It's amazing.
And in one you fought in the ring and right now it's not many promotions with the ring. And if you can tell
Yeah.
me, do you prefer to fight in the cage or in the ring?
Well, I always say if you're the better fighter, you're gonna win in the ring or in the cage. It doesn't matter. But I had 4 fights in one yet, and the 2 fights I had in the cage were super easy, super comfortable, and the 2 fights I had in the ring were super hard. So I don't know, bro. I think it's those just coincidence, but I think if like I at the end of the day, if you're a better fighter, you're gonna win either way. But if I could choose, I go in the cage. My style is like I like movement. I like to have my space, and if I can, I trap people. Well, if I can trap people on the cage, but also I'm not a big wall walker or anything like that. So that's why the ring is the ring is also preferably, I can. In some ways, I prefer the ring. In some ways, I prefer the cage. You know, the cage is better because I have more space and everything, but the ring is better that people cannot wall walk and they cannot push me against the cage and stuff like that. You know, so yeah, it's just different um portal. I'm missing the word right now. It's just different aspects are favorable in different environments, you know.
And it has like old school pride vibe a little bit.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I can do both, you know.
And actually, when I watched your fights and like research your career, actually you fought against a few really good fighters, even before you were signed to the one. You fought against Zendeli, who I think right now is like 10-1, and you are his only loss, and of course like a few wins in one. So I think that also level of the fighters that you faced is definitely one of your advantages. And of course, you also are a finisher, so it's definitely also the thing that fans really love.
Yeah, definitely, man. Bro, I'm good, you know. What can I say, bro? I'm good, and I train hard, and I have the mind for the fighting. Um, I feel like I just felt like I wanted this style. I wanted to have this kind of style, and I wanted to be a finisher. I always push for the finish. I always push for the finish in training, and you fight how you train. So yeah, that's how it just become like that, you know.
And do you have maybe fighter from the one, maybe from the UFC that you would like to face? It can be more of the like dream match, a dream fight, but do we have maybe one name?
Roberto Soldic. This is the guy. It would be super cool if I could fight Roberto Soldic. I wouldn't have to cut weight, you know. I would, and it would be a fucking crazy fight, you know. But and hopefully big paycheck as well.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah, bro. That's
I
the
think
name.
yes, Soldic is great, and actually he fought in the boxing like 3 weeks ago against Tomasz Adamek, who is like
Yeah, I saw that.
yes,
He
yes, and
won.
yes, it was a brutal one. So I think that it would be like great fight, and of course with a win, you will go much higher in like all of the rankings, and maybe
Yeah, 100%.
next fight would be like even bigger.
Yeah, 100%.
And do you have a like maybe one, maybe few fighters that you really like to watch? Who is like your favorite one because of his style?
Yeah, so I like a lot of fighters, you know, and I study the greats, you know. I study GSP. GSP is my favorite. You know, if you watch him, sometimes it's like sometimes he was boring, but he was like a really smart fighter in terms of using his fight IQ and also just using his athleticism at the right time and also pacing at the right time, you know. And yeah, just the how he used his techniques for his body was exceptional, exceptional. And I take a lot of inspiration of him. I take a lot of inspiration of Demetrius Johnson. You know, I like how he is also moving a lot, how he's fainting, how he's level changing, how he's so well rounded, and at the same time he's grounded in the basics. And yeah, I just love that. You know, I
And
think those two are pretty high up there.
and
And
actually,
obviously John Jones. John Jones, just because he's the GOAT, you know? Like what he did in the cage, nobody has ever done, you know? And even though he's a dick outside of the cage, it's like you cannot doubt this, you know?
yes, and when you mention GSP and DJ, I wanted to say that they are both good guys in the sport, but the first one maybe not so much.
Yeah. They're nice people, yeah. I feel like, you know, I feel like if you're a true champion, like fighting brings out, like, shows your character, you know? If you have a good character, you're gonna be a good fighter, you know? Because it's like it shows you. If you're arrogant, you're gonna get knocked out. If you're too cautious, you might not go for the finish. But if you have a good character, you're like you're adaptive and you can show this in the fight. And that's why I feel like that's also why they say he was the better man, you know? Because it's like when you are there, you show who you are, you know? And I feel like that's also why you get so much respect by being a champion, you know, because that's who you are. You are a champion. You are a champion not only in the cage, you are outside the cage as well.
Yes, yes, I would definitely agree. And there are few really good fighters who are like also like good men, good human beings. So definitely
Yeah.
the sport has this kind of people. And
Yeah.
going back to your career, because of course, like MMA is a super tough sport, especially on the highest level. So, what drives you? What motivates you to be in the gym all the time and to be a really successful MMA fighter?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I have like my why is pretty big. I have like I would say I would like I consider myself like an artist, you know. I feel like what I do is expressing myself in a artistic way, and I just want to have the best performances I can possibly give. I want people to watch this and I want them to be like, what the fuck, man? This guy is crazy, you know? And I can learn from this guy, you know? I want to be like GSP and Demetrius Johnson. And also, I want to reach my full potential, you know? Like I said, like if you are a champion in the cage, you're also going to be a champion outside of the cage. And I also want to be a champion outside of the cage. And it's like, it makes me a better person, you know? It makes me more resilient. It makes me nicer, you know. It makes me dedicated. It makes me disciplined, you know. And these are all things that I want to be, you know. And that's yeah, that's why I do this, you know. And obviously, I want to make money.
This is also super important.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, Maurice. So many thanks for the time and for conversation. I hope that your recovery will go really good, and next fight you will fight once again, maybe in one, and of course maybe the Roberto Soldic will be the fight
Yeah,
that
bro.
will take
I hope
place.
so. I hope so.